Hi, my name is Rutherford, and this is my water station project for SCADA. For the first part of our process, we have the cold storage, where it's going to recirc water as long as it's in a good level to cool the water down to a specific set point that is adjustable through the HMI. Once the cold storage is at a good level and the water reaches a good cold set point, the temp station will begin filling up. When the temp station is done filling up, the heating element in the mixer will kick on until it reaches a good temperature set point that's adjustable through the HMI. Once the temperature station meets the criteria to send water to the level station, it will fill up to its desired set point. The level station will also maintain its set point even if it's sending water over to the pressure station. In the pressure station, the tank will fill up to a good level, and once it does, the water will get sent to the pressure tank, where the process will try and reach the desired pressure set point by automatically opening or closing the analog valve with a PID loop. Next is the flow station, where there is a flow meter counting the milliliters per second of product coming from the pressure station. And finally, the warm storage tank will refill cold storage whenever it's at a good level and cold storage is calling for more water. There is a manual mode operation with this station too. All I would need to do is enable the system and flip the CB1 selector switch to manual, and there is individual manual drain and fill knobs on each station too. So for my HMI, I have a security page where you can pull up 3 different users and they have different access to what they can access in the HMI. So for my CB1 page, or my master control station, this is where you're able to enable the system or disable it. You have different batch options. So if I were to put my heat set point and my cold set point and hit this button right here, then those values would move into my heat set point and my cold set point of my 2 different tanks. I also have a selector switch to put it into off, auto, or manual mode. And CB2 is my cold station, where you can set the cold water set point and have a manual fill and drain valve if the system were to be in manual mode. For my temp station, you have the hot water set point, and there is also a manual fill and manual drain valve or button, and there is a temperature monitoring right there. For my level station, with the ultrasonic sensor, you can read the current level, and you can also set the level set point too. And for CB5, my pressure station, you can view the amount of pressure in that station, and there is also a pressure set point where this value is trying to reach right here. There is also a valve for % open, which is the analog valve that is opening and closing to build or relieve pressure. And CB6 is my flow station, where you can read the milliliters of flow per second. And there is also a valve 4 open percent value right here. You can also manually fill or manually drain the station if it were to be in manual mode. And then for my warm station, you just have a manual drain and a manual fill. And this is my historic trend, where you can view the values of these stations right here for a maximum of 2 days. And then my real-time trend, where the farthest back the trend goes is 2 minutes with the same values. And then you have my alarms page with an acknowledge button and an acknowledge all button. And then you've also got my overview page giving you a basic rundown of all the stations and what process they're in. There's also a couple of values that you can see. And the batch selected value is just stating what batch you have selected and the current set points right here. So this is my PLC program. For my main routine, I just got a bunch of jump to subroutines where the actual logic happens. So we'll go ahead and start in the cold storage program. So really my biggest focus around this program was trying to get the tank to drain and fill up whenever it needs to. Obviously prioritizing filling up over draining. And then we have our temperature station, where this was, it kind of had the same focus as the cold storage programming, but just a couple of different things where I needed to turn on a mixer and a element instead of a compressor and recirculating the water. Then here's our level station, and the biggest concern about this station was trying to keep a level set point, not letting the set point deviate too much. And our pressure station, the biggest concern about this station was really sending the water over to the pressure tank and allowing the analog valve to open and close through a PID loop to build or relieve pressure. And our flow station, the biggest concern about the flow station was the flow meter correctly reading the amount of water going across it. And then warm storage was pretty straightforward, just recirculating the water back to the cold storage whenever the warm storage is at a good level. And then for some of our miscellaneous programs we got here is the batch number, which is adjustable through the HMI. The biggest concern with this program was the clamping, and here I have my handoff auto states that I'm using for the CB1 master control to sense if the station needs to be in auto, manual, or off. I also have my stack lights in here too to tell the operator what process the program is in. And for my PID instruction, this is the PID loop I used to open or close valve 4 based off of what pressure it's calling for and what it needs to hit. And this is just my safety enabled and safety okay circuit for my safe rated relay inside my cabinet. And my SCP conversions that I'm using for the ultrasonic sensor, the hot thermometer I have in temp station, and the cold thermometer that I have in cold storage. Also the pressure sensor is in here, and I am using this page to also give me my milliliters of flow per second out into the flow station.